Last night on MasterChef Australia, Danny resisted the charms of Alessandro Pavoni, matching him point for point.
7 out of 10.
And winning the coveted immunity pin. Tonight, Matt Preston drops a bombshell at the MasterChef house.
He doesn't look very happy.
What's bad news for one is good for another.
Please welcome back.
Then,
Red team, on order.
a team challenge they'll never forget.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I want 10.
Marco Pierre White runs the pass
8 quail, 8 quail, 8 quail. Yes, Marco.
It's horrifying.
and judges their performance
Come on.
as they prepare a 3-course meal for 30 guests in just 3 hours.
Everyone's frantically running around, and we're in trouble.
In this kitchen,
How long for my quail?
4 minutes, Marco.
there's nowhere to hide,
Are you crazy? I want it in 1.
and a bad performance
We've kind of forgotten about the dessert.
will send the entire team into elimination.
We've been called into the kitchen in the evening, and it's sort of one of those things that you think, are we going to be up all night doing a team challenge? It's a bit weird.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the MasterChef kitchen. George and I are here to tell you about your next team challenge. Tomorrow, all of you will turn into culinary warriors, waging an age-old battle between the French and the English. And your leader in the kitchen will be one of our personal heroes. An English chef who cooks French food that's earned him the title of the godfather of modern cuisine.
I can't tell you guys how much of a privilege it's going to be to cook for this person. This man is absolutely amazing.
After all the people we've met, Heston and Nigella, I'm just thinking, what? Who? What could this be?
You guys can guess as much as you like, but you'll not find out until tomorrow morning who it actually is.
I'm like, great. A night to sweat over it.
Here are the rules. You'll divide into 2 teams, and each team will devise and prepare a 3-course meal for 30 guests. One team's menu will be English-inspired, the others, French.
Our guest chef will judge how you perform in the kitchen. To win this challenge convincingly, you need to deliver on both performance and taste. The winning team will spend the day exploring this city's culinary delights. But on top of that, they'll be going around with someone special. Anthony Bourdain.
This guy is kind of the wild party man chef, and I would really love to be on that day out.
You want to win now, yeah? Yeah! Mess this up, and your whole team will go through to elimination. From there, one of you will go home.
We've got 9 people left. We're on the verge of top 8. This is not an elimination you want to go into.
Danny, you won the invention test. Danny.
I think the dish was an amazing dessert.
Oh my God.
we told you you'd pick up some serious rewards. First, you get to choose the cuisine that you'll cook, French or English.
My gut instinct is to go with French. There's a lot more ingredients to choose from, techniques, and you can present it in a more modern way.
Danny, which cuisine do you want to cook?
I'm going to take French.
Secondly, you get to pick your team straight off the bat.
Oh, crap.
As there are 9 of you and uneven numbers, you'll get to pick your 4 teammates. So you'll have an extra advantage of another pair of hands.
Wow.
Danny, it's now time for the team pick. Take your team's aprons.
Working in this industry, you need to choose the best people for your kitchen. So I need to just put my friendships aside and choose people that I think are going to work well as a team.
Danny, who's your first pick?
My first pick is Kate.
Why Kate for your French team?
She's very good at desserts. I think she can make a fabulous French dessert.
Danny, who's your next choice?
My next choice is Hayden.
Danny just chose who she thought was the strongest people in the competition.
Peter. Michael.
And that wasn't us, so I think we've got a lot to prove.
I feel really great that I'm going to be on this team. It's really going to be a dream team.
The red team, we haven't got a captain yet, so why don't you have a chat amongst yourselves and work out who wants to lead this battle?
Alana.
Wow, that was quick. Sun, who's it going to be?
We're going to have Alana as our captain. I nominated Alana because she's really good at overseeing and she is amazingly fast.
Alana, you're happy about being the captain?
Yeah, absolutely. I felt like I didn't really get to be a proper captain in the Nigella Challenge, so for me, I've been waiting for another opportunity to be a captain.
This is exciting. We've got our 2 teams, we've got our captains. Go home, we'll see you tomorrow. Off you go.
It's going to be a massive day from the sounds of it, and the blue team have to be ready because I'm getting that reward lunch.
It's a really strange feeling in the house tonight because the 2 teams have kind of gone off to separate corners of the house to plan. We have so much to do for this challenge tomorrow. We've got to plan our menu, our shopping lists, our prep lists, and we also want to try and get a good night's sleep. We know that tomorrow's going to be a big day.
It's going to be good.
Evening, Matt. Wanna come downstairs and have a chat?
Matt Preston's here. He's here to see me, and it doesn't look good. He doesn't look very happy.
Matt, you made a mistake. You had use of a personal phone, which is against the rules of the competition. The judges and I have talked about what we have to do in this situation, and because you've broken the rules, the fairest thing for all the contestants and for yourself is you to make an honourable exit from the competition.
I did the wrong thing. I deserve to go. You know, I feel really guilty, and I think it was the wrong thing to do. It was a rash decision, but I made a stupid mistake, and I guess I'm paying for it now.
It wasn't to cheat. It wasn't to sort of have one up over the other contestants. Just been really struggling because I was missing my girlfriend.
It's really not about you, but it's about the phone, and having the phone was breaking the rules. If you need any help in trying to move forward and chasing your dreams in food, you know we are.
And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm still not going to give up on my food dream. I'm going to get involved in the industry, and hopefully you'll see some good things.
Great stuff, Matt. I've got to go and talk to the other contestants and let them know what happened. I'll see you in Melbourne.
See you around, Matt.
Despite leaving today, I think that nothing's going to really stop me from pursuing a career in food. I know this is what I love. This is something that I'm passionate about.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm incredibly grateful for every single opportunity that I've had. I'll always regret bringing my phone, but I'll never regret coming on here. I know that this has been the best thing I've ever done for myself.
Guys, we have some bad news. Matt's made a mistake. He's had access to a personal phone, and because he's broken the rules, he has to make an honourable exit from the competition. It's the only way to be fair to all of you. We all understand the pressure that you're all under here, being separated from loved ones.
It was clearly stated at the start of the competition that we weren't to have phones or internet access and things like that. So he's broken the rules, and when that happens, action has to be taken. And I think to be fair for the rest of the competitors, then it had to happen.
This isn't about punishing Matt. It's about ensuring the competition is fair for all contestants.
The main thing about Matt having a phone is that he has had unlimited contact with his family and friends, which is the kind of support that we would all love to have, but haven't been able to do it.
I couldn't see another solution. I really couldn't see another solution. I don't think he was looking recipes up on the internet. I don't think any of that stuff. But because there's the thought that it could have happened, it creates an uneven playing field, and we are, even though we're great friends, we're actually in a competition.
I think things are going to be just really different after this. Everyone's a little bit unsure of what's going to be happening.
The way the rules work in MasterChef is if something like this happens, we bring back the last eliminated contestant. So please welcome back Billy.
No way.
Welcome back.
It's very fortunate for me, to have this opportunity to come back into the competition, and definitely want to see myself to be in the final week.
No. Billy Pook's like an absolute freak. It's a bit of a threat having him back.
We are absolutely going to bring it tomorrow, so he better look out.
Coming up, the team challenge gets underway. The first surprise, British great Marco Pierre White.
Good morning.
Everybody in this room is starstruck.
He's a rebel and real rock star sort of cook.
Oh my God, I can't believe that he's here.
But can our top 9 handle the pace at the pass?
And I'm waiting for 8 bits. Come on. I want 8 pig, 8 pig, 8 pig. Yes, Marco. Yes, Marco. Yes, Marco.
He will just keep yelling and yelling and yelling.
8 quail, 8 quail. Yes, Marco. Yes, Marco. Yes, Marco.
Today is a team challenge. It's England versus France. I feel like I have so much pressure on my shoulders right now because I am the person responsible for choosing the teams, choosing the cuisine, and I even have an immunity pin.
The red team have been thrown a few curveballs, so Billy has to step in now, and I think given a second chance, he's going to grab hold of this and just cook with everything he's got today.
I want to prove myself I have more to give, and I also want to support my team.
When we're walking up to Maryvale's Felix restaurant, I'm really nervous. But I know that as soon as we step into that restaurant, it's totally on.
Let's go. Lots of work to do today. Big day, boom, boom.
Thanks, Terry.
When we walk inside, Marco Pierre White is standing in the oyster bar.
Good morning.
Morning.
Everybody in this room is starstruck.
Happy? Excited?
Yes.
He holds God knows how many Michelin stars.
Oh my God, I can't believe that he's here. And he's here for us.
Marco Pierre White pioneered cuisine in the UK, and he's gone against the norm. He's a rebel and, real rock star sort of cook.
I've been involved in restaurants for over 30 years. To be a great head chef, you have to set the standards, you have to set the pace, you have to have the abilities to be a great teacher. Because if you expect people to follow you for 16, 18 hours a day, you have to lead from the front. The most important is getting results. Because at the end of the day, it's about standards. It's about having a dream and making it come true. Follow your dream, follow your heart, and you'll get that.
Are you happy or terrified? The challenge today is English versus French. You are going to have some fun in the kitchen, but a lot rides on this. This man has influenced many chefs throughout the generations, and there'd be chefs out there that would dream to be here today experiencing what you're going to experience. So soak up as much information as you can, and not just information, but inspiration. That's what today is all about. Marco, any words for the guys?
I'm here to guide you and to protect you and to assist you. Remember one thing, perfection is lots of little things done well. You can go into the kitchen and start.
Off you go.
It's going to be one hell of a day. We've got 3 hours of prep time and 2 hours to serve.
How are you going, Al? Do you need a hand with something?
We've got 30 guests to feed. We have to feed them an entree, a main and a dessert. And Marco Pierre White's going to be calling the pass. We're going to be like real chefs today.
This challenge is massive. It's the classic battle of the French versus the English. We've put ourselves out there. We've chosen a menu that is very French and has a lot of time-consuming process.
How are you going with timing?
I'm just about to start breaking up these.
Hayden will be in charge of the entree today. He'll be cooking a lobster bisque with lobster medallions and scallops. In charge of the main are Peter and Michael, and they will be cooking quail with onion sous vide, a wild mushroom ragu, and a jus gras. Kate will be making the dessert, a white chocolate mousse with champagne jelly and almond tuile.
I'll start prepping these Brussels sprouts and then I'll just do a few of those while Billy's getting his pork done.
I have complete confidence in my team. They have their prep list. They wrote their shopping list. So they know exactly what they need to do to get the job done. So Sun is going to be working on the entree, eggs and chips. The main is roast pork belly with caramelised apples and a cider gravy. Billy is the pork belly king.
This is pretty insane, I have to say.
And Ali's going to be doing the dessert, which is an Eton Mess chocolate tart with spiced poached quinces.
Just a reminder, guys, blue team, you're cooking for 30 French expats, so they know about French food. Red team, same for you. British, and they know British food. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 hours before service starts, so it's time to move.
Making the lobster bisque, I'm chucking the whole head that I've chopped up and bashed down into a bowl ready to be roasted off.
This top shell, there's nothing there, is there? Okay. So you might as well throw it away.
Marco says, don't worry about the top of the head shell. It doesn't add any flavour, there's no meat in there.
That's where your flavour is.
Okay.
So whenever you make a bisque, you choose that bit.
The quail is extremely complicated. I need to remove the wingtips, take the backbone out, flatten it, remove all the internal rib cage, and then I need to season the inside of the bird and then truss it so it looks like a little chicken. And Danny has told me that I have 1:20 to do each quail boning. The best I've actually come up with is 2:30. That's quite scary.
Is what I would have recommended you, since you're doing 30 of them, was to have put the farce inside it and then trussed it. So you retain the shape of the bird, yes? But I understand it's a bit smallish, but I'd have done double the amount. I'd have served 2 a portion and put the farce inside.
Marco seems to be suggesting that I should be doing something much simpler. But you know what? It's lunchtime. Everyone's wearing suits. I don't know if you want to wrestle with a lot of quail bones in your suit. I know I don't.
Well, I look forward to seeing it. But it's a very high-risk strategy for 30. How many did you do it for when you cooked it last time? 8. Big difference.
For the champagne jelly, I need to combine the champagne and the sugar in a pot. The alcohol needs to be cooked out of the liquid so that the gelatin can work. Then it's just a matter of pouring it through a sieve into a tray, setting it in the fridge, and once it's set, dicing it up into little cubes.
Well, captain of the blue team, you're cooking French. How do you feel?
We've got a lot of complex dishes, a lot of elements.
Yeah.
I'm just worried that we might not get through them all.
Listen to me, you're an emotional person. I know what you're like. And running a kitchen is about controlling emotion.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that today?
I'm just going to put all of my silliness, laughter aside. It's about staying strong and just telling my team to get a move on if they need to.
Good stuff.
I'm doing the entree today, and I've come up with a witty play on a classic British dish, egg and chips. The egg and chips today is heavily influenced by a meal that we ate at Dima Sawyer's Baroa Waters Inn on the last reward lunch. And he does a cold foam with caviar on top.
I love that dish. So good.
We're going to do the foam, but then with thick cut chips to dip into my foam. Doing a potato and leek foam, replicate the feeling of egg yolk. We're trying to jazz it up a little bit.
To make the brace for the pork belly, I have to chop up some carrots to make the stock with the cider, and I will use those carrots for my puree.
It's a clever main course.
I'm responsible for the dessert for the red team. I start poaching my quinces. I put them in a big pot with white wine, sugar, water, and cinnamon and orange peel. Once they're on, I just let them go for about an hour and I get started on making my meringue.
We are the real underdogs. All the odds are against us, so we have to get that confidence up.
I want to know what this is
This
for.
is for Sun.
Sun, what's
Yeah.
this? Speed?
Yeah, have
fun.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I've got to move quickly.
And it's true, I am often not the fastest. Billy's is confidence.
Pass it over, let me have a look. Are these your little thoughts as the captain?
And Ellie, of course, has Be Clean.
I love it.
She is so fast and such a great cook. And when she's working with something like chocolate, she's usually covered with it from head to toe.
Come on, blue team, let's move it.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef. Oui, chef. Always blow the flame out, otherwise it burns it, yes?
To create a bisque, it is quite a long process because you want to get that intense lobster flavour out of the shells and the bodies, and to do that it takes a while for it to all simmer down, but it looks like we should be able to get it done within the 3 hours prep.
Just check my meringue. Does it need to be whipped a bit more?
It looks really beautiful and glossy. Now just got to get that air into it.
Okay.
When I check my pork belly, the oven doesn't seem to be hot enough to achieve the crackling that I was expecting. My plan is to use the extra skin that we have and just make the extra crackling on another oven. At least I know I have some backup.
The leek and onions have sweated down and the potatoes softened a little bit, so it's time to add gelatin and cream. But it turns out we don't have the gelatin. And that's a bit critical.
All right, Alana, we've got a serious problem. Somehow the gelatin hasn't made it on the list. I don't know what happened.
Is it on the list that we wrote?
Apparently I didn't write it and you didn't write it and I don't know what to do. We don't have gelatin.
What?
Yeah.
Big hurdle, because this is meant to be a cold foam that has a lovely firmness to it, and that firmness is provided by the gelatin.
Hey, do we have excess gelatin?
No, we've used every last sheet. And there's none around?
If it was something as simple as a couple of the kilos of carrots we could live with, but it's the gelatin which is the whole structure of our foam. I don't know how that happened, Alana. I'm really sorry.
It is definitely my fault, so I've got to fix this dish.
We don't have gelatin. What?
Got less than an hour before service, and we don't have any gelatin.
I don't know how that happened, Alana. I'm really sorry.
Big hurdle, because this is meant to be a cold foam that has a lovely firmness to it, and that firmness is provided by the gelatin. It means we're going to have to rethink this entree.
What's gone wrong?
We didn't have gelatin on our shopping list, so we can't do the foam that we were planning on doing.
Why don't you froth it up with this?
And will the caviar will sit on top of that? It won't sink?
No, well, it will sink, yes.
Maybe the caviar on top of the chips?
Why don't you put the caviar on top of the chips and then serve that?
Yes. And that would...
So you've now got your foam?
Yeah.
So no one's going to know you're failing, are they?
No.
I feel like I could do a little dance in the kitchen here because the crisis that we had has now been fixed. Woo!
Oh my God, he's awesome.
We have a great foam. We can now just concentrate on getting prep finished.
And making the tuiles at the moment, doing them in batches of 3 because when they come out of the oven and are hot, they're actually pliable. So we're actually going to curl them into a cylinder shape.
Danny, you want to check these lobbies? They've been in for 7 minutes. I poached the lobster tails so that they're not going to be cooked all the way through.
We don't want to overcook them.
They're still going to be quite opaque in the centre.
What's going on here?
They're just cooling down, George, before we shell them.
So how long were they poached for?
7 minutes.
And they're sitting here overcooking, correct?
Should be cooling them.
I don't know.
Ice.
What do you do?
Maybe put them in the fridge, Hayden.
Think about it.
You know, any sort of fish you cook continues cooking as it hits the table. I suppose I'm feeling a bit flustered today because you're racing the clock constantly and then you've still got to produce a beautiful dish at the end of it.
Guys, you've got 45 minutes to go before service. I love this. Bit of pressure. Where's the joy of cooking? Come on.
11:15. My boning of the quail is done. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I can move on.
Peter, how are you going?
Yeah, I'm on to this. I think the choice we've made to put a chicken liver inside a quail with herbs de Provence and cherry it's a very French thing to do.
You're running out of time.
Yeah, I am. I got to still tie their little legs down to the...
Yeah, but I cook them like that, you see.
That's a good idea. Marco shows me a method of trussing that just saves me so much time, and it's just lateral thinking.
And push that.
Yeah, straight through, and it's already
See,
all
you don't
one
have to
go.
tie it, do you? There you
That's
go.
brilliant, thank you. It's a great privilege to have that kind of wisdom and experience in the kitchen.
Danny,
Yep.
what I'm going to need is someone getting those lobster tails out of the shells.
Okay, well, I might be there to help you do that.
There's half an hour to go before service, and I'm behind on the entree. I need all the help I can get.
We need the entree up first, obviously, so we might pull someone, Michael or someone to actually help you so we actually have an entree. There is so much to do. All right, blue team, I need to see you up the end. And I need to pull my team together.
Have you tasted it?
Not yet, no, I've just been put onto it. Talking to Marco Pierre White, and he's telling me how to, perfect this bisque and make it beautiful so that our first course is just a stunner. And Danny also wants to be having a meeting at this time.
Michael, Peter, Kate, everyone. All right, our priority now is obviously getting... Michael!
Actually made for a bit of an awkward moment for me, sort of caught between Marco and Danny and listening to not only a hero, but one of the greatest cooks ever, and, a team captain who was maybe losing it.
Sorry, Marco, I really need to speak to you guys as a group, just really quickly.
Sorry, Marco.
Everyone in?
What we need to still do is pass the bisque, thicken it up. So Michael's going to do that.
That's
we need
what
to do
Marco
the
was
lobster medallions. I know, but you can go back to him.
You can understand her freaking out a bit, but I thought it was really rude.
Hot, behind hot. So I got the crackling done, the pork done. I just have the puree and the gravy to do. Pushing it.
Tell me about your dessert.
The chocolate tart, which I'm getting on now, which pretty much needs to go on the fridge as soon as possible. There's only half an hour till service, and I'm really worried that my ganache tart is not going to set in time.
Is it 70% your chocolate?
85.
OK, so you take 1.3 litres of cream.
Marco says that you've got to do it this way.
Take just over 4 cups of double cream and just whip it to a ribbon. You understand ribbon?
Yeah. And he talks about the measurements, and I'm like, OK, hang on, slow down. What am I doing?
Fold that then into your chocolate and you see the difference. Yeah. You'll have no problem with it setting.
All right, done.
How's your chocolate? Is it melted?
Yeah, it's melted.
Then get your spatula and do it now then, come on.
Yeah, OK.
I'm just about to make the world's fastest ever mushroom ragu. I've also got to pass the bisque for the entree, and I've still got to finish the sauce for the main. So we are behind, but we're going to keep going and try and get there.
Chefs,
Yes, Marco.
gather round.
I'd only like to say it once. You have 8 minutes before the first customer walks through the door. Trust me when I say this. It will be the quickest 8 minutes of your life. I'm glad you find me funny. In an hour, you won't be.
All right, I don't want anyone working on any mains. I want everyone to stop working on mains right now.
Yep.
Stop working on the mains. We are in big danger going into service and not having our prep done. I need the scallops done. I need the bisque finished right now. Stop with mushrooms.
I'll chop 4. Yes, it's fine. I'll just chop 4 mushrooms down.
It's not fine. Are you listening to me, Michael? I don't want anyone working on the main. They need to put more resources into getting our entree because if we don't, we're not going to be ready for service. Tray up.
What difference is that? 2 chopping to 1? What difference does it make? Danny's taken us off mains to focus on entrees.
Do you need anything with the bisque?
This is crazy.
Right,
We've got to prep everything now or our service is going to be a disaster.
Just a quick chat. You got a couple of minutes before service.
Yep.
Entree.
Ready to go?
Wow.
Yep.
So feeling confident.
Yes.
So main course.
Roasted.
Crackling's good.
Yep. Dessert's ready to go. Al's just about to put the ganache on top of the tart. It goes into the fridge.
Okay.
And it's already cool, so...
You got a smile on your face. Is it going to be a good service?
Fingers crossed. Yes, confidence. And have fun.
How's my bisque going?
I'll check. Hayden, he hasn't finished chopping up the lobster medallions. He needs to continue working on that. I get Peter and Kate onto prepping those scallops. And Michael is working on the jus.
Look, we're really on the edge here. We've got to work as fast as possible.
I need micro herbs, I need a mise en place, I need a clean area set up, I need a pan for cooking the lobster. It's frustrating because things aren't really coming together. Talk to me, Danny.
Just 2 seconds, everyone, and I'll get to you.
Danny's starting to lose her grip on the team control and control in general. The pressure's definitely on.
Good afternoon. Bonjour. Bonjour. How are you? Welcome to Felix.
The enemy's arriving.
Oh, my God.
You have to push.
Do you want to work on the chips? I'll do the foam and the top on it.
Alana, I really need your help. It's only minutes till service and I'm a little bit worried about the ganache.
What happened here?
It's like really, it sets really quickly.
No. You have to melt this down.
My mixture just looks like one big lump of chocolate.
Whisked.
And I'm thinking I probably didn't melt the chocolate properly.
Get it over the heat and get the spoon into it and get it thin.
There's no way that is going to work.
Marco, this is what happened when we combined the cream and the chocolate.
It wasn't like that when I left you with it. What happened?
No, it just set really quickly. Like, it's really hard to spread on my pastry. Should I just do it again?
Yeah, just do it again,
Okay, I haven't got time to do it again, though. It's not going to set.
I still don't have a chocolate tart, and we're going to have dessert orders really soon.
Are you here for the British menu today?
Yes.
When you actually see the customers walking in and you know you're not quite ready for service, it's horrifying. It's a terrible feeling.
I've got 36.
Great.
So they're now going into the oven at the call of the first entree, and they take 12 minutes.
Okay, Dr. Tin Chef.
Which table?
Okay.
I had no idea what to expect from Marco in service. He'd been so quiet and gentle, like a spiritual leader.
On order. On order, red team.
Where's all our plates?
Red team, on order. Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco.
Like a switch was flipped.
2 entree, 2 main, 2 desserts.
Let's go. 2 entree, Billy.
Marco just kind of went into this, like, psycho mode.
Red team, 3 entree, 3 main, 3 desserts on order.
And was just yelling.
Red team again, 4 entree.
And it was actually pretty scary.
So I want from you now, I want 9 away all at once.
Yes,
9.
Yes, chef.
9 entrees. Go, go, go. I'm like, it started.
Yes, the chip. Alana, phone this.
French cuisine versus English cuisine. It's a time-old battle.
On order, French team. 4 covers, 4 starters, 4 main course, 4 entree.
4 start, 4 cover, 4 entree.
We've got Marco Pierre White running the pass, yelling orders at us.
So give me 10 straight away. Not 6 and 4, I want 10.
Everyone's frantically running around, and we're in trouble.
Just 1 teaspoon.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I want it straight away.
Seafood's ready to go, but the bisque is still coming together, and it's not looking good.
Come on, guys, let's go with the broth. Got the chips? Got the chips. All right, the foam. 3. Yep, I got it.
Initially, we wanted to have demo plates up so that we could check to make sure we were happy with the plating, if anything needed to be changed.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
But the demo plate is going to be the first plate we plate up.
Have they called a blue team dish yet?
What's that?
Have they called any blue?
Yeah.
There's only one thing left to do now.
Not away.
One thing. Do you know what that is?
Talk to me.
Okay.
Panic.
Just talk to me.
They have to be in the oven for 12 minutes.
Okay. So
Peter is looking after those quails as if they were his own children, but we need to get our bisque up.
Okay, we're probably going to need a main starting in about 5 minutes, okay?
Well, then I need to put them in the oven because they're in the oven.
No, not in 5 minutes, starting in 5 minutes.
I think Danny's getting a bit lost in some of our dishes, and the first thing I think is, are those quails in the oven? Get them in the oven.
Peter, have we got quail in the oven?
I've got to listen to Danny. I haven't heard a call.
They need to go in the oven now.
Danny?
Danny? Oh, get them in the oven. Just chuck them in the oven. Chuck. We need 10, Peter.
They're going to be like 12 minutes.
There we go. Excellent. Yep, perfect. It's done. You get yours up.
Red entrees out.
Go, 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 go. 33, 33. Run, run, run.
The first entree goes out within about 5 minutes, and the blue team are still struggling to even get their first order started to plate up.
I'm still waiting for my shellfish soup and I'm not getting it. The red team have already served one table. Come on.
We're running behind.
Shout out.
Just a little bit out on our timing, and maybe we had too much on our plate to start with.
We need 4 more chips. Yeah, on marker. You've got their own. These ones are ready. Yep.
You all know our task, and we're all performing our task.
Right, let's go. Let's get the chips out.
Alana is hovering around, picking up the gaps when they're needed.
Put it in and get these ready so you can put it straight onto it. Straight.
She's doing a great job of just gluing us together.
Just marker.
Their dishes are flying out the door. The underdogs are showing us how to cook, and yeah, we're in real strife.
This is my favourite kind of challenge. The hairs on the back of my head are standing up. The sound of happy customers and the sound of Marco Pierre White, who's in the house, running the pass and running it with some fury as well. I love it.
Brings back memories of 25 years ago, starting out in the industry, thinking, you know, Marco Pierre White, that's who I want to be.
But you know what? I've brought my book in to get signed by Marco.
Me too.
And you know, there's nothing I like better than a good tasting. So let's get the first dish in, the egg and chips and the red tea. Egg and chip, it's a great English dish.
I've never gone down to the local cafe and had caviar on top of my chips. In fact, I don't think I've ever had caviar with chips before.
So all I can say is to you.
Or even Gary, can I just say, bon appetit.
It's a lovely dish. It actually eats really well.
It eats really well.
And those chips are really nice and fluffy inside, nice and crisp on the outside. The roe pops in your mouth.
I'm picking up almost like memories of salt and vinegar on my chips down on the beach because of that roe.
Come on, I'm waiting for 8 bits. Come on.
We've had customers here for 20 minutes now, and we don't have a dish out.
On order. 3 more bisque.
It's really sort of now or never. We have to start getting dishes out now.
Come on, I'm waiting for 8 bits. Come on.
It's probably not the greatest timing for the bisque to be going out. You know, it's a buy-off, you know. Do you go for really technical stuff and take more time, or do you do simple stuff and get it done really quickly?
7 pork away.
7 pork.
Yes, Marco.
Yes, Marco.
Shout at me like I shout at you.
Yes, Marco.
We've got entrees going out, and because we've been moving it so quickly, our first tables are now ready for their mains. So we're now doing entrees and mains at the same time.
Service. Take 3 to table 5.
And that feels great because that's exactly how it works in a professional kitchen.
Yes, chef. Table 3. Okay, what table am I going to?
30. Seeing that dish plated up, it's a huge sigh of relief, but we're nowhere near complete. We need to keep going, but at least we've got our first dishes up.
The food that's leaving the pass is beautiful, it's elegant, it's definitely French, and you can see that the diners, when they're going to get it on their table, they're going to be happy.
So this is the blue team's first course, lobster bisque, lobster medallions with scallops. First thoughts, smells fabulous. Love that strong bisque, that shell aroma that you get, and it's one of my favourites. Looks pretty as a picture.
My concern was, from mise en place time, they've overcooked the lobster, but we're going to have to find out with taste.
Well, it doesn't get any better than that. That is delicious.
It's faultless to me. I can't fault it at all. You know, that bisque flavour, you know, it's got that really strong, intense, but it has that little bit of heat from the cayenne pepper. The scallop to me was cooked perfectly. The lobster, it wasn't dry.
The blue team managed to do with their first dish is take us all straight to France, and that was the aim of the challenge.
Yeah, that's the best bisque you've ever made, isn't it?
It sure is, thanks to you.
All right, let's go. Let's get them out.
Away, 2 pork. 2 pork.
2 pork, yes, Marco.
Come on, quickly, push, push, push. Come on.
This is the first time I feel so nervous and really, like, out of my comfort zone.
Away, 8 pork. 8 pork, 2 tables.
It seems like hundreds of orders just keep coming to us.
Come on. How long for my 8 pig? How long for my 8 pig? How long for my 8 pig? How long for my 8 pig?
I just have to use both of my hands just to grab all the components and put on the dish and have to make sure they all look consistent.
I'll start to get ready, 8 quail. By the time you're ready, it'll be ready to go. 8 quail, 8 quail, 8 quail. Yes, Marco. Come on.
12:30, and people start calling main courses.
Quail, 8 quail, 8 quail. Yes, Marco. Come on.
Mikey, can you just help me with this?
When I pull them out of the oven, they don't look really glamorous. They're not really brown.
See, they're not golden.
Are they cooked through?
No.
I don't think so.
Come on, I'm waiting for my quail. I'm waiting for my quail. I'm waiting for my quail.
And so I get them back in the oven.
We've got 8 quail coming up.
Yeah, they're going to be about 6 minutes.
How long for my quail? How long for my quail?
4 minutes, Marco, 4 minutes.
4 minutes? Are you crazy? I want it in 1.
Micah's saying 4. It's not on his head if they come back raw, it's on my head. So they're not going out until they're cooked.
I want 8 pig, 8 pig, 8 pig, 8 pig, 8 pig. Yes, Marco, yes, Marco, yes, Marco.
He will just keep yelling and yelling and yelling.
It's all about communication. We're meant to communicate with each other. Come on.
You gotta say, yes, Marco, and then he stops.
You told me you wanted to win. You told me you wanted to feed everybody. Look at the people next to you. They're struggling because they're not communicating. Let's take that one. Take 2 to table 24. 2 to 24.
Billy has just jumped back into this team and he has just produced the best pork belly dish I've ever seen.
Quickly, 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 come on.
His waiters, they seem to be sweating. They are moving very fast, which means we're getting food out really fast, which is great.
Well, this is the red team's main course, roasted pork belly with caramelised apples and cider gravy. Matt, what do you think of the presentation?
I'd like to see a little bit more greenery on there, but I'm happy. You know, the shininess of that skin, the sweet smell of the apple that's coming off the gravy.
I think it was fantastic, and I'm salivating. Let's eat.
Love it.
This is good cooking, huh?
Really good cooking. Honest, to the brief, and absolutely delicious.
That's lovely.
How good is that crackling? That's perfect.
And the pork belly is just so sweet and beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it.
I don't think you can get any better than that. Sweet pumpkin puree, apples, caramelised Brussels sprouts. I'm in heaven.
He's absolutely nailed the execution of this dish.
And what makes this dish even more special is Matthew Preston has just dropped food all over his shirt.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's when you know.
That's when you know it's good.
Yeah, because I'm getting overexcited, I'm eating.
Beautiful, Billy.
Come on, I want my quail, I want my quail, I want my quail.
Yes, Marco!
Yes,
The people on table 2 are asking where their quail is.
Quail in 1 minute. Do you think they're ready?
How do they feel? Yeah, I think so, aren't they?
I've got so many quails on the go.
Just grab a quail, just grab a quail. Pull it out.
I'm trying to keep a track on it, whether they're cooked enough.
That's not cooked. That's not cooked. Do not give me a raw quail. I can tell by feeling it. That's not cooked. That's not cooked. Do not give me a raw quail. I can tell by feeling it.
This is a disaster. Our quails are not cooking.
You demand they assist you.
Okay, come on, we need our
Come
quails
on.
out.
Service.
We need to pan fry those quails or they're not going to be cooked.
Can you use the tongs, lift 6 out of here and throw them in the pan?
We're behind on mains. I guess our lack of organisation before the start of services come to bite us in the backside.
How long for 11 quail? How long for 11 quail? How long for 11 quail?
5 minutes. It's going to be 5 minutes.
He is pushing me. He's pushing my team. It is unbelievable, the stress that I am under.
Everything stays on the heat until the quails are cooked, so just get the mushrooms on.
Mushrooms are going in here. We're putting, and you want me to do 11 quails in one go?
How long for the quail then? Is the quail not ready? Is the quail not ready? It was a disaster, that quail, wasn't it? Such a small bird causes such a big disaster.
Praline's not going to settle. We need to get it out off now.
I'm going to have dessert orders in a couple of minutes, and I'm going to need that tart to be set.
Ellie, you heard that we've got 9 desserts? 9 desserts. Coming up.
The whole red team has been working frantically on getting the entrees and the mains out, that we've kind of forgotten about the dessert.
We're finished on the mains, everyone on dessert.
Can you crush some with salt?
Yeah, crust with salt.
The red team have completely finished. All main course, all entree have been done. They're round the side now doing their dessert.
All right, where's the knife?
The blue team are having trouble with the quails, but will now deal with them. Come on!
Peter, how far away is the quail?
1 minute.
Come on. We want to go home. We want to go home.
It took us a while to get ourselves together.
Give me a quail. Quail.
No, we're getting...
Come here, throw it here.
But you know what? We're back in the groove. The food's going out.
Table 20. Can you take 3? Give me one more.
It's going out in a fairly timely kind of way, and it looks quite good. I can only hope that the food blows the judges away and they go, well, you know, maybe there was chaos, but look what they did. Look how complicated this is.
Well, the blue team's French-inspired main course, which is quail with onion soubise, mushroom ragu, and jus gras. Presentation, Matt, what do you think?
I'm thinking it's on the not that generous side. Now, I think one small quail is not enough for a main course.
I like the look of it. It's nice and rustic. It's French brasserie for me. Onion soubise, wild mushrooms, and roasted carrots tick all the boxes. Question is the quail cooked beautifully? Really delivers for me in terms of a French-style dish. The quail breast is cooked perfectly. The mushroom and soubise is an absolute winner for me.
It didn't present too well. It looked a bit clumsy with the soubise over the top because you lost the essence of those beautiful morels and the slippery jacks, but flavour, amazing.
I love the technique they've shown with that little bird, so tricky to bone out, so beautifully stuffed. You got all that trouble with the bird to throw them on some roughly chopped mushrooms. I think they could have done more. Some elements, brilliant. Others, disappointing.
Well done, chef.
Thank you.
Pastry chef.
Marco.
6 desserts.
6
Just
desserts.
send them with a ticket.
Hayden, can you help Kate?
I feel like we've got our quails in control. So Hayden's now free to go and give Kate a hand with the dessert.
Is this just whipped cream here, Al?
Yep. Just get rid of it.
It's really hard with this dessert because the eaten mess needs to be tossed together at the last minute so that the meringue doesn't soften. So it's just one of those desserts that really needs a lot of help. I whipped cream and it's actually turned a little bit like butter.
You want some more of this?
Yeah, more cream in there.
And without even thinking, I just put it straight into my eaten mess,
Is that fast?
which was a very stupid move. It's come out in a weird texture that's not right.
Dessert service is really kicking into gear, and Kate's, you know, nice and calm. Everything's ready. The dessert stuff's all prepped up.
I'll go behind you.
The plating for the dessert is really quite essential. You've been told time and time again that people eat with their eyes, and these are quite simple elements on the plate, So it's important that they look spectacular and that they taste great.
Just get that and put it somewhere over there. And don't drop it.
You need one more. You need one more to get a table.
Okay.
Ellie's dessert is really complicated, and I think that's a drawback.
Right, okay, the plates are still cooling, so we need to use the plates that are under here.
It's disappointing because we've been so far ahead of the game up until this point.
Billy, on your back! Billy, on your back!
We've managed to actually get our desserts out before the red team's desserts. It's taken us 3 courses, but we've got the hang of it. We're working together really well as a team, and our dessert is going out looking really beautiful.
Put it around the side.
Tables have been waiting over 20 minutes for the desserts, guys.
Right, okay. I can't believe that it's taken us this long to get organised and get the desserts out. And on top of that, I'm really worried that it's not going to taste right.
Billy, on your back! Billy, on your back!
I see Hayden reach over the top of our dessert area.
2 more service!
Handing out the first blue dessert. Have we just let all of that good work go by not getting our desserts out first?
I've done it. The desserts are gone. For the most part, I'm happy with them. I just hope now that the judges love them.
I love the way that jelly is shimmering. It really catches the light. It's got a nice wobble to it.
First thing I thought was a perfect little sweet finish to a canapé party.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
The flavour of the white chocolate comes to me very clearly. Whether white chocolate and champagne go together, I think kind of yes. I think there's something about the sophistication of the champagne and the nursery flavour of the white chocolate that works quite well.
So the white chocolate mousse, for me, is really good. It's got lots of white chocolate flavour. It's light, it's airy, the tuile is crisp, the jelly is sparkly, and, you know, definitely tastes of champagne.
I love the fact that the contestants who are amateur cooks have shown a lot of technique here. I mean, just making that chill to get that cylinder shape is fantastic. And it's nice and crisp and golden.
The jelly, surprisingly enough, is the perfect consistency.
Yeah,
it's really nice and soft. Very good jelly.
That sort of execution at this stage of competition is exactly what we want to see.
This dessert is taking us a lot longer to plate up than what we had thought it would.
Okay. After going so well in the entree in May, I feel like I've probably let the team down a little bit with the dessert and prepping it all.
2. Yep, service. Are they all ready? They've all got Yep, they're all ready.
I'm worried that my whole team is going to suffer because of my dessert.
Well, this is the dish that I was most excited about. Spice quinces, this time of year, beautifully English, a lovely rosy fruit with a kind of softness when they're poached well. And it's morphed into this strange sort of eaten mess on a chocolate tart, which looks a bit all over the place. Georgie, with yours?
I'm depressed. Just got this sort of, looks a bit curdled, the cream, and the chocolate looks like it's seized.
Look, presentation is an absolute letdown. It looks, you know, stingy and really not very appetising. I think we should taste it and see what it tastes like.
It surprisingly actually eats quite well.
Yeah.
The old mess on top of it, well, it is a mess. It's meant to be a mess.
It's also very salty.
Yeah.
They've smacked that chocolate tart with a lot of salt.
I don't know which way to go. I'm a bit indecisive.
No, let's be honest, it's not a great dessert. I mean, it tastes good, but if that came to your table, you wouldn't be that happy. It'd be a bit of a downer to finish a great main course.
No matter what happens, I've learnt so much from today. It's all right. Meeting Marco and being able to work with him is just so inspiring.
It's not important what I think.
Yes.
It's what the clients think. I'm just here to be your friend.
He was just so passionate about working with us today and really encouraged us to do the best that we could.
Can I just say, well done.
Thank you.
It's been a great pleasure for me. I travelled thousands of miles to come here, and I can honestly say you never let me down. And what you found within yourself today will stay with you for the rest of your life. There's always going to be the odd hiccup. But you know, my favourite bit was seeing the waiters run. That's what you did. Good luck. Unfortunately, one of you has to go. If I had my way, I'd give you all another day in the kitchen. But that's not my decision. So now I've got to see the judges and give them my view. But all I can say is, you all walk out of this restaurant a winner. God bless.
Today is definitely one of those MasterChef dream come true moments.
It is a great experience to work with Marco today, and he seems to be very pleased with our performance.
Well done, beautiful. It's just relief, you know, we got it done. We had a bit of a slow start, but we sort of came together, brought it back, and I think we've done well, and I think we've won this challenge.
Well done. That looked beautiful.
Coming up, will it be au revoir to the French team?
You started service and you're still prepping at the same time. It was a bit of a schmozzle.
Or will the judges deliver a cheerio to the British team?
That dessert didn't deliver the way it should have done.
I feel like if we lose, then it's my fault.
We have just completed the English versus French challenge with none other than Marco Pierre White, and we're about to find out who is going to be going into an elimination.
Both teams have worked so hard today, and it's going to be so difficult that on the back of this, someone will be going home.
Well, more than a few hundred years of feuding between the English and the French pales into insignificance with you lot battling it out in the kitchen. What you've got to realise is we were as excited as you were because we knew this challenge was coming up. So when we think about the chefs that have been on this show, Marco Pierre White heads the list. And maybe you didn't notice, but I was standing at the pass most of the time going, oh, I want him to tell me off too. Let me get in there, you know. Danny?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Marco.
What was the experience like working across from Marco?
It was the most intense experience I think I've had ever. It was really hard. Marco pushed me, and I therefore pushed the team as hard as I possibly could.
In the dining room, the guests loved your food, but today they weren't the judges. Today you're being judged by the four of us on taste and by Marco Pierre White on how you performed in the kitchen. The winning team gets to spend the day with author, chef, and extremely good drinking buddy, Anthony Bourdain, traveling around Sydney looking at some of his favourite foodie hotspots. The losing team goes into team elimination where one of you will go home.
For me, facing elimination is a very scary prospect. I've never done it before. But what's more, the people in my team are very strong cooks, and I don't want to face elimination with them.
Alana, did you feel the pressure of having one less cook on your team?
Definitely, we could have easily done with an extra pair of hands through the entire prep, but we had a schedule and we stuck to the schedule. It was really good.
Red team, you did a lot of things right. What was really great to hear from Marco was that you were sending entrees and at the same time sending main courses. That's beautiful. That's art. Well done.
Who did the pork belly?
I did it.
Billy, welcome back to the team. How good was that?
You know the rules of the tasting amongst the judges is just a little bit so we don't get fat. We broke the rules of the tasting on the pork, ate everything on the plate.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Another positive for the Reds was the egg and chips. Even though the dish wasn't what you imagined it to be from the start, you still managed to put it up. Without the gelatin, you still made a foam. I don't know whether you changed the presentation, but it still worked. And that was a big tick as far as I was concerned. Now we've got all the nice bits out of the way, Red team, we need to talk about the negative. We had a situation where customers were waiting for the desserts to come out. Ellie, what happened? You're on desserts.
I had probably too many elements on the plate. When Marco came around, I was going to do a ganache tart, and he said that wouldn't work in time, so he gave me another way to do it. And when I did it the first time, the chocolate seized, and then I just went into a bit of panic, and I did it again, and it set really quickly. But I guess when it came down to service, just getting everything looking perfect and out on time was pretty stressful.
That dessert, not only in terms of how it tasted, but how long it took to get out, damaged your chances. It didn't deliver the way it should have done.
It's really hard to hear that the dessert was let down for the red team. I feel like if we lose, then it's my fault.
OK, blue team, let's talk about the positives of your experience in the kitchen today.
We were hoping for great evocative food today, food that spoke of Britain and spoke of France. And for the French team, that lobster bisque was exactly what we were looking for. The scallops were beautifully cooked, the lobster was great, the flavour was rich, slight sweetness. It did a really good job there, so well done.
A lot of credit can be given to Marco because he gave me some great advice on the best way to come up with, that beautiful lobster flavour, and I thank him dearly for that.
I think the thing that all your dishes showed in the blue team was some wonderful technique. It was how you'd made that wonderful jelly, champagne jelly. It was all soft and slightly slippery on the tongue that worked really well with that airy white chocolate mousse and the crunch of the tulle.
The judges love the dessert, so I'm happy. I think we're in the running to win.
Let's talk about some of the negatives. Negative number one, the importance of mise en place. What happened was 12 o'clock came, you started service and you're still prepping at the same time. It was a bit of a schmozzle.
Have they called any blue?
Yep. There's only one thing left to do now. One thing. Do you know what that is? Panic. Well, how long for my quail?
4 minutes, Marco, 4 minutes.
4 minutes? Are you crazy? I want it in one.
Luckily enough, you pick yourself up, but has it done any damage? That's the question. Danny, tell us what happened.
I think we just set our goals perhaps too high in the time frame. We had too many elements going on.
Another negative blue team was the quail. Don't get me wrong, not when it comes to the technical side, because that was done perfectly. It was really well cooked and it was really well boned out. Marco made a comment that, all that boning out wasn't that necessary. Just fill the cavity with the stuffing and then take it back out again. And I have to agree. Something like a quail is always best cooked on the bone. Anything cooked on the bone is always going to have more flavour.
That's the thing about cooking. We've all got our own opinion. My opinion of you breaking it, taking it all out and putting it back together and still presenting it beautifully, respecting that quail was a big tick.
I would have loved for the quail to be universally loved, but it's very difficult to be universally loved. So, yeah, it's disappointing.
This has been a once-in-a-lifetime kind of day in the kitchen. A dream day in the kitchen, working for a legend, working under the auspices of one of the best chefs the world's seen. A game changer for you guys. But unfortunately, only one team can come out on top.
I want this win so badly.
We have done really well today, and I think we deserve to win.
The winners of the English versus French team challenge are...
We have just completed a French versus British culinary challenge. Now we're waiting to find out the results, and I have that sick feeling in my stomach again just before the announcement. You so desperately want to win.
The winners of the English versus French team challenge are...
My heart is just in my ears, like boom, boom, boom.
The British team, the rest. Well done.
I can't believe that we've won. I'm speechless. You guys are awesome. I'm so proud of everybody.
Alana, you're quite a controlled person. When you heard the news, did I see a tear?
Oh, I can't believe it. We were the underdogs, all odds against us right from the start, and to pull through the prep and the service like we did is an absolute credit to these guys. It wasn't expected, you know. No one probably could believe that we would be able to get it up, but we believed that we did, and we kept saying, with underdogs, we've got to get up and win. Australia loves an underdog, and, you know, it's such a sweet victory when you are, and I can't believe it.
Billy, thank you for coming back to this competition, and thank you for giving us probably the best dish of the series.
Oh, I'm honoured.
Yeah. That pork was spectacular.
I'm speechless. Thank you so much for having me back.
Red team, congratulations. Just in case you've forgotten, you get to hang out with Anthony Bourdain, and you are so lucky. Very old friend of mine, very dear friend, and I know you guys are going to have a massive and a great day.
I'm in the top 8 and I'm about to go out with Anthony Bourdain. It just doesn't seem real. We're all just in shock.
All right, guys, you've worked really well today. How about you go and get some rest, and we'll see you soon. See you later, guys.
See you,
Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Danny, it was only a couple of days ago when you got that immunity pin. Now you're about to face elimination. How do you feel?
It's a bit of a shame that I'm going to have to make a decision whether I'm going to use it, but I don't really want to miss out on being in that top 8. I don't know. It's just a bit up, down.
Go home, get rest, refresh, and we'll see you back in the MasterChef kitchen tomorrow to battle it out. Off you go, guys.
Thank you, guys.
I'm really terrified. I'm going into an elimination with the best cooks left in the competition. That's quite scary.
Tomorrow night on MasterChef Australia, Danny confronts the immunity question as her team faces elimination.
We are looking for perfection.
It's a technique-based challenge. But whose technique will be left wanting?
They're running out of time. They need to be rolling now.
The stress is building and the time is just running out.
For one person, the dream will end.